Saturday evening, I believe.
Yes, they will. That is the plan. They've waited a long time for their Spring Series trophies. It's just basically we haven't been able to get everybody together.
No.
In the one place. Well, we are being able to get everybody together at Wardlaw for the second round of the Kart Championship Winter Series. Who's that then?
I don't know.
That has had a bit of a harmless spin and will rejoin at the back of the grid. He might even be able to sneak his way up.
They'll get back round, I'm sure, in enough time. There they are coming through. It's Morgan
25.
Hudson Brown.
Oh my goodness!
He's saying to the marshal there, let's have a roll round. Tell him now that that we're not in position. We need a roll round. But it's Morgan Hudson Brown.
I think he's got time. He should be starting third. Has he appeared?
Not yet.
Not yet. No, he can't get through now.
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Joining.
Yes. Get out of me way. I'm coming back.
I mean, it was nicely slotted in. It was late,
Beautiful.
but he's still warming the tyres.
Yeah, I think he's been on the grass, so he's probably think he's got a bit of water or something. Here we go, though. Last race of the weekend coming up, and we have indeed got a green flag chopping across into oblivion first. Oh, and a little bit of sliding wide there on all the marbles there. Not quite sure who that was as the leaders already into Christmas.
Looks like Harry Bloor has stolen a march on Zaki Hussein. Indeed he has. Hussein with the yellow helmet, blue suit, falls back into second place in that number 13 machine. Hudson Brown and Harry Hurst-Grover then in front. That's your top four. They've managed to break away slightly from the 72 of Lewis Merrick, who's had a good start up to P5 on the opening lap.
We've had a change of lead momentarily there as they are side by side. It's the number 44 of Harry Bloor who retakes the lead back as they entered the boot. And it will be Harry Bloor who will appear on the timing screen and on your lap charts if you're keeping one. Across the line in first, then Zaki Hussein second, Morgan Hudson Brown third, Harry Hurst-Grover, Lewis Merrick, Kasper Tomilewski sixth, seventh is Jensen Pugh, Elliot Foster, Ian Hughes and Sam Kelbrick.
Kasper Tomilewski down the inside of Lewis Merrick for fifth place. A great move down the inside into Christmas Corner, and all that battling on the opening lap. The top four look to have broke away, and then with the top two, Bloor and Hussein, going side by side on that run up to the boot. It did allow Merrick and Tomilewski to close up. Then Tomilewski with that move up into P5. The leaders now with a bit of a push away, and Zaki Hussein, at least for the time being, seems content to try and push Harry Bloor away from Morgan Hudson Brown.
Only lap two completed, so the tyres now beginning to come to where they want to be. It always takes about 2.5 to 3 laps for these tyres to really come up. On a cold day like this, it might even take a little bit longer. We'll see just how long it'll take Zaki Hussein's tyres to be where he wants it. Harry Bloor, though, he's continuing to control the lead of this race. However, just how menacing does Zaki Hussein look like on the rear bumper of Bloor? It looks like he's just playing a waiting game, doesn't it? Just following in the wheel tracks through Chapman's on towards the boot now. Doesn't look flustered. Plenty of time on the clock. 12 minutes and 1 lap, and we're already at the 10-minute mark.
Zaki Hussein at the moment, as you say, looks content to push away because it's safer to have a 2-kart battle for the lead than have a 5-kart battle for the lead. And just on the back of this train, Kasper Tomilewski, who didn't have a brilliant superheat, was struggling with ribs and not content now with pushing. As we said, it straight down the inside at Christmas Corner goes Zaki Hussein. It's another change for the lead.
That was really a hard stab of the brakes there at the last possible moment. The kart sleuthing sideways. Remember, only rear brakes on these karts. Only the rear brakes, so it's kind of like throwing your handbrake on in your car. I don't sure you can do that on modern cars, throw your handbrake on. It's a switch usually in these days. But that's what it's like driving a kart. It just locks the rear axle up. But Zaki Hussein goes back to where he believes is right to be. And he will continue. There they are. Through Crook, out all over the curb. He's got Harry Bloor right there. If he had mirrors, Harry Bloor would be right in them, wouldn't he? But I'm not sure Harry Bloor has got anything in the toolkit to come back at Zaki Hussein now.
I think Hussein's just got that level of consistency that he needs. He's just can hold the gap, I think, at a few tenths at the moment. And it's not going to be close enough for Bloor to make a move without potentially compromising his second place. Again now, if he feels he can push the TWR driver away in front of him in Zaki Hussein, Harry Bloor for Ultima R in second place with Morgan Hudson-Brown, despite the fact that he's got the suit of, I think, Jensen Pritchard. It's definitely Morgan Hudson-Brown in third place, in front of now Kasper Tomilewski, who's found some more ribs after the superheat. He was struggling a little bit with his ribs, hence why he fell away, but now he's up to P4.
Early days, David.
Oh, yes.
Still 8 minutes left, and it was towards the latter stage of the superheat that Kasper found it difficult to continue at the pace he was. What did he tell you exactly? Did he say it was his ribs or just a general soreness?
No, he said it was his ribs. Remember, first race in seniors for Kasper Tomilewski, the double junior champion here in the JKC. But he's got 7 minutes for his rib protector, some ibuprofen, I imagine some sellotape and Pritt stick as well that's holding his ribs together to remain out. And he's also got the adrenaline of trying to close in Morgan Hudson-Brown for the final step on the podium.
If he can just stay focused on attacking Morgan Hudson-Brown there in that third place. He's the driver we're talking about is the 4th kart in that train there with the red and white shoulders on his overalls. Kasper Tomilewski, he was the 2024 Junior Rotax champion here in the Kart Championship. He also was the 2023 Rotax Junior champion. Kart number 20 is coming under a bit of pressure from Harry Hurst-Grover though on the number 14. Is he an ex-kart driver? He is indeed, isn't he?
He is another driver that stepped up out of juniors.
That's right, yeah, of course.
A few months ago and into seniors. Almost compromised half his season by jumping mid-season, Harry Hurst-Grover, to try and steal a march on some of his other competitors.
So he won't be unfamiliar. He's not in unfamiliar territory there on the tail of Kasper Tomilewski. Tomilewski, a driver we'll know quite well from the junior category. However, we know how quick these boys are, and I'm just waiting for that clock to tick. I'm really concerned that Kasper is going to be starting to be bothered, and there, a little mistake there, hitting the curb there. First indication he stays off the curb.
Yeah.
I think those ribs are going to come into play. He stayed well off the curb there. We know it cost time.
Yeah, a little shake of the head over the timing line as well, suggesting here that Kasper Tomilewski is trying to defend Harry Hurst-Grover for that 4th place, but I get the feeling now it's only a matter of time before Harry Hurst-Grover finds a way past the 20. And he's going to have to do it quickly because Lewis Merricker's there as well in the 72, just off the back of the duo.
I tell you what, when your ribs go, there's nothing you can do. Every time you turn the wheel into a corner, every time your ribs, your torso comes up against the side of that seat, it is agony. Sharp stabbing pain. The youngster keeping off the curb barely there, that will have hurt. Just clipped the edge of the curb there. That will have hurt him a lot. Those painkillers he might have taken before the final might just be wearing off, because the stabbing pain that you get every time you hit the curb absolutely kills. And there you see, that's not what we're used to seeing from Tomilewski. And Harry Hurst-Grover moving down the inside. Now he taps his helmet with the pink helmet, and Hurst-Grover intent on catching those 3 ahead.
That's a change for the lead. Off camera, Harry Bloor is down the inside. We cut back to the action as we see another helmet tap from Bloor, and that's because he's leading this race in front of Zaki Hussein. He's sat riding shotgun for a few laps and moves through on the 13. So far unbeaten this weekend, Zaki Hussein. He's got 4 minutes, 20 seconds and 1 lap to drag himself onto the top step of the podium, which is currently being occupied by Harry Bloor.
2/3 of this final gone, 1/3 to be completed as we hit the 4 minutes to go mark. Zaki Hussein down the inside into Ashby's. Harry Bloor, get me words out, absolutely clattered the rear bumper there as he cut across Zaki Hussein. And the number 13 leads again, but I'm not quite sure just how much of a blow to the nose section of Harry Bloor's kart that was, whether that's dislodged it. It was a hell of a hit, wasn't it?
Yeah, it looks fairly safe. He's got some air under it. We can definitely see daylight. What they can't see is Morgan Hudson-Brown arriving in 3rd place, right up on the back of this duo. Half a second quicker on the previous lap because Hussein and Bloor are battling it out. Hussein with that superb block pass at the corner they're coming to Ashby on the previous lap, and blocking Harry Bloor this time.
And stands it up on the exit, but Morgan Hudson-Brown through into second place there as Harry Bloor, we saw, ran out of road. So Morgan Hudson-Brown, has he hung on to it? I can't quite see the number there.
He has not.
So it still is Harry Bloor.
It came straight back at him with a lovely switchback, did Harry Bloor, on Morgan Hudson-Brown, as this trio of karts now split by less than half a second over the timing line. And Harry Hurst-Grover is coming back into this one. He was 8/10 quicker on the previous lap.
Incredible. Incredible. We're about to go into the final 2 minutes of this final, and we may even have a 4-kart train about to develop. Defensive driving from Zaki Hussain. All of the curb on the outside of Ashby. This is allowed. Morgan Hudson-Brown down the inside, but Harry Bloor comes back at him again, and Bloor continues that momentum and takes the lead and goes ahead of Zaki Hussain. Just look at this. So that was Morgan Hudson-Brown getting all sideways. Harry Bloor finds himself alongside the leader and says, oh well, I've got to continue, haven't I?
Certainly has, and we are with a 4-kart train for the lead now. 2 minutes to go, with Bloor leading Hussain, Hudson-Brown and Harry Hurst-Grover. Behind them, Tomilewski, Merica and Jensen Pugh in the green kart, blue suit, coming into it as well. Harry Bloor and Zaki Hussain have changed places a number of times, and they're tripping each other up by going in deep like Harry Bloor has there. And will that allow Morgan Hudson-Brown to come back at them? He's not close enough this time round.
Hurst-Grover is joined in. 4-kart train, we suspected it might be to the flag. Here we have it, defensive driving. Defensive driving from Harry Bloor to keep Zaki Hussain behind him. Into the chicane then. We're getting towards that 1 minute mark. Still plenty of laps to go. Plenty of laps. Let's not get overly excited. Bloor leads through Crook and off onto the straight. It's a slipstream battle now.
It is, and it's a defensive battle now because it's really the first time in all the way round the outside. Zaki Hussain with an attempt. He gets balked by Harry Bloor, and that will give Morgan Hudson-Brown a chance as they swap lines. It's almost like the crossover in Scare Electric as they run down the hill towards Ashby. They're in the same order, but now Harry Hurst-Grover, and then Kasper Tomilewski, I think he's on the grass as he rejoined the train, and I think he's gone from 5th place.
How is Tomilewski still going round? You could clearly see him avoiding the curb at the chicane just to guard against his ribs. Here we go though. It's going to be 15 laps completed. We're inside of 30 seconds to go. So this is the penultimate lap, everybody. The penultimate lap of the weekend, and it's still all to play for. Bloor defends into Christmas. Hussain takes the faster outside line at Christmas corner, but defensive driving down to Ashby is what's needed. And there's Bloor down the inside, middle of the track for him. He'll go wide. This will allow Hussain alongside. No, not quite. Into Parker, now into Chapman, and a defensive line. This is going to slow him down on the back straight and allow Hussain alongside, is it? No, because he stays left. Into the boot.
Great
for Harry Bloor.
Yeah. Great defensive driving for Harry Bloor. It's not fast, but it's effective from Harry Bloor over the timing line to be greeted by the final lap on the overhead gantry. It's Harry Bloor, Zaki Hussain, Morgan Hudson-Brown and Harry Hurst-Grover, Lewis Merica and Jensen Pugh all to the inside. Who's going to win this one?
Last of the late breakers, Harry Bloor right there on the edge going into Christmas. This is Ashby's now. He cut to the right, guards that inside line. He'll try and check the slide of the kart too far to the outside. He does a great job there. They're into Parker already. Out of the left-hander, into the next left-hander. That's Chapman, middle of the road for Harry Bloor. He'll need to guard that inside line into the boot, but that's going to allow Zaki Hussain potentially to come round the outside. It doesn't happen because it's great driving. Try to sneak down the inside. It's Harry Bloor that will hang on to it. Out of pit spend, and for the final checkered flag of the weekend, in a very fine style and a very hard-fought race. Absolutely. How many karts did we have there? 6 karts cross the line, nose to tail, with Harry Bloor at the front of the field. Zaki Hussain in second, Morgan Hudson-Brown in third, Harry Hurst-Grover fourth, Lewis Merica in fifth, Jensen Pugh in sixth. It was Ian Hughes in seventh, Foster in eighth, ninth was Kelbreck, and then we lost Kasper Tomilewski when you've seen him go off on the grass, David.
Yeah, he tried to go round the outside of Harry Hurst-Grover, and then Hurst-Grover retook his position. Tomilewski was forced onto the grass with 2 laps to go. He was already struggling a little bit before that, and Kasper Tomilewski's weekend comes to a premature end. Congratulations to Harry Bloor, though. Zaki Hussein unbeaten all weekend until this final. Harry Bloor saving the best till last in senior Rotax to take the victory.
What a great way to finish the weekend. Great way to finish the first round of the Kart Championship Winter Series here at Whilton Mill.